Painting the unknown. Imagining the future. Let your mind experiment and experience more possibilities in time and space. I'm Shuiwa. Welcome to Shuiwa Science Fiction Stories. Wang is confused why the Red Coast project had such a high security clearance. After all, only in recent years had society decided that contacting extraterrestrials was likely a bad idea. This shift in thinking occurred when Bill Mathis of the Rand Corporation published his theory of contact as symbol. According to this theory, if one country made contact with aliens, even if that contact was not substantive, the significance would be comparable to an overwhelming advantage in economic and military power. Thus, any contact with aliens would widen already existing divides and intensify human conflict, so humanity decided to stop trying to reach extraterrestrials. Yi then tells Wang about the theory that there are three types of civilizations. Type 1 civilizations can master the total energy output of the Earth, Type 2 civilizations can output as much energy as a star, and Type 3 civilizations can output as much energy as a galaxy. Two Type 1 civilizations would not be able to create radio signals strong enough to reach each other across space. Because of this fact, Wenjie resigned herself to the idea that Red Coast would probably never make contact with aliens, and more than that, she and her colleagues gave up hope that any kind of alien life even existed. Over time, Red Coast's security clearance was removed, and the base took on other, unrelated projects under the leadership of Commissar Lei. It was during this time that Yi married Yang Weining. Eventually, though, an accident on the base killed both Lei and Yang Weining. Shortly after that, Yang Dong was born. A few years later, the base was turned over to civilian use and then abandoned. Yi begins to reflect on the personal difficulties of studying alien life. She tells Wang that when she realized there was no other life in the universe, she began to feel like a poor child abandoned in the desert, believing that humanity was an accident. Before Wang leaves, Yi tells him that she now lives her life day to day. As Wang looks at this old woman, he thinks with pity of the loss she has suffered. Though Bill Mathis and his theory are fictional, the Rand Corporation is a real place, a think tank that works primarily with the US Armed Forces. This theory suggests the psychological effects of one nation accomplishing what others cannot. Even the idea that only one nation could be capable of contacting aliens could damage its competitors' psyches dramatically. Just as they did with nuclear weapons, then, Earth's various countries therefore decided it was safest to mutually agree to stop trying to reach aliens. In this categorization of civilizations, human beings like Wenjie assume that any other alien civilization will likely not be any more advanced than humanity is. Since humans can only master Type 1 energy output, they can only imagine aliens at the same level. For Yi, this means one more disappointing relationship. Rather than finding companionship in alien life, she has to relinquish the idea that such a thing will likely ever happen. The source of the terror Wang saw on Yang Dong's face in her childhood photo now comes clear. In addition to having the deeply traumatized Yi as her mother, Yang never got to meet her father. And through all of this, the base where she had grown up, her only home, was abandoned and made unlivable. Yi now directly contrasts her younger self with her current, more resigned state. The younger Yi could not see past her trauma. She was a permanent child, haunted by the sense of abandonment that had set in during the height of the Cultural Revolution. But as an old woman, she has found comfort not in science but in everyday life, whether that involves helping Wang or taking care of her neighbor's kids.